We're standing on a hill just above the village of Llangeinor, which is to the north of Bridgend in the Garw Valley. And as you enter the village, it calls it the historic village of Llangeinor. And I guess what we see now, a couple of hundred years ago, would have been almost none of it would have been visible from this viewpoint. You might have seen one or two farms and maybe one or two houses clustered together as a small hamlet in the bottom of the valley. Changed by mining, of course, at the beginning of the 20th century. This whole valley would have been filled with 8 or 9 mines, 6 or 7 of which would have been deep mines, and the whole place would have changed. And now it seems quite rural again. And on this slightly drizzly morning, it's particularly lovely and peaceful, looking down over what feels like quite a rural idyll. In my play, The Price of Change, I tell the story of a man who lived in a farmhouse over there. You can see it brighter than the others, this white Tintern house. And Richard Price was born there in 1723 and lived in this valley in his formative years. Spent a lot of time climbing these hills, very keen on climbing that hill over there in particular. And who would have known that he was to turn out to be Wales's greatest ever thinker, a moral philosopher of huge importance on the world stage. And when I first came across him, after seeing a painting of him by Kevin Sinnott, I felt I had to tell his story. And in telling his story, I wanted to think about what was important about it today. I wasn't just interested in the history of Richard Price, but in the kind of legacy of Richard Price. What's the importance and significance of it today? So in the play, we tell the story of Carrie, a young girl who was brought up in Llangeinor, and after her mum dies when she's in university, she comes back with her dad to live in Richard Price's house. And she comes there when Wales is just about to vote on independence. And we think in the play about Price's thoughts about the independence for America and our thoughts about an independent Wales. And those things come together in a really kind of exciting and challenging way. That's the story we're telling in Price of Change.